to Dear Service Providers. This is my first time ever going live. I think I'm gonna change this filter. Yeah, I'm gonna change the filter. Hey, welcome. I feel so nervous. Oh my God, y'all are joining. Oh shoot, I am so nervous. I do not know how to change filters. Oh, okay, I see it. Let me see. I feel like an old lady. How are y'all doing? Welcome. I think I like this one. Happy Monday, y'all. Welcome to the live. Hey, baby cousin. Hey. Okay. I'm gonna give it about a few more minutes. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long. And if you see me looking this way, I got my notes because, like I said, I'm a little nervous and I do want to stay on track because I can tend to go on a tangent. So I'll be right back. Just keep forming in, share with everybody. Welcome. This won't be a long live. This is my first time. I just want to help some people out and get a little conversation going. Let's go. Let me get some water. Welcome. Hi. I am nervous. I got my gums showing. Look at me. Happy Monday. I do not do impromptu stuff like this. I just saw a lot of stuff going on in the business world, mainly my entity, my industry, being a service provider, and I was just ready to talk. I'm ready to spill some tea. Hey y'all, keep sharing. Join. It's only a few of us, but that's fine. Let me just get started because I don't want to hold y'all too long. So, welcome to Dear Service Providers. I am Jasmine Tomlin. If you do not know, I am a business consultant. I am an HBCU graduate. I live in Atlanta, and I am a part-time entrepreneur, full-time 9-to-5er. And this live was prompted because I see a huge problem in the service providing industry. So whether you are a service provider or you're thinking about becoming it, joining the industry, this live is for you. Welcome. Basically, a service provider is anybody from a business coach, a marketer, hairstylist, barber, tax preparer, nail tech. Basically, your everyday people that you would probably tip for servicing you. Just think of it like that. So a problem that a lot of service providers are having is creating service names. So let's say you're a hairstylist or a makeup artist. In order to stand out from the crowd would be to have a bomb-ass service name. So if you do makeup, maybe you might say the grungy look, or if it's something particular to a holiday like make me a wife of Valentine's Day look, something like that. There is a lack of originality within the business community as a whole, from color schemes to marketing tactics, everything, just about everything you can think of. I'm not saying that there is a new way to create the wheel, but what I'm saying is it's time to become original. I'm seeing way too many stories of different entrepreneurs in different entities, whether they are providing education in a particular niche, like being a graphic designer, teaching other graphic designers how to price and how to serve people, as well as just teaching them basics, teaching them shortcuts in ways to servicing their customers, their clients, and things like that. And when you lack originality, it's harder for you to progress within life. Like, especially being an entrepreneur, like if you study me, you study everything I do, and you follow everything I do, it's not to say you'll never be able to get ahead of me, but you'll never be able to get ahead of me just because of the simple fact that you're waiting for me to make my first move. Hey, welcome. Long time no see. So yeah, when it comes to service, creating a service name, my biggest advice to anyone, even a product, try to think beyond the surface. Scratch beyond the surface. Let's talk budgeting. Budgeting. As a service provider, it is extremely important that you know how to budget. So let's say you are a barber and you don't own your own suite, you're renting a booth at a barbershop, right? Welcome. Hey, cousin. So as a barber, it's extremely important for your services, for your prices to reflect your budget. So as a barber, maybe you might have to buy a bunch of clippers, disinfectant because we're still in the days of COVID, some sanitary products. You might want to customize like the cape that you put on your clients as they sit in your chairs. Maybe you want to have personalized clippers and stuff like that. It's extremely important that you calculate all of that, and most importantly, your booth rent. If your prices are dirt cheap, you will need way more clients to serve to be able to make your booth rent, just because you didn't budget in booth rent into your prices. Pricing is extremely important. Without having a correct pricing, you're going to work more and make less money. I'm gonna repeat that. When your prices are incorrect, you're actually going to work more than you make more money. And if you trade off time for money, you will always have a cap on your salary. And in all honesty, the point of being an entrepreneur is to never have a cap. Like the income that you're desiring, it should always be elevating. Let's talk about terms and conditions. Terms of conditions, terms of services. As an entrepreneur, it is extremely important that, more so, let me repeat that. As a service provider, it's extremely important that you have a terms of conditions and terms of service. Thank you, Cree. Cree already know. Cree knows this. Terms of conditions and terms of services are fit for you. They back your ass, in so many words. Welcome. Terms of conditions are the conditions of your business, of your service that you're providing. If you have a term of service and you say, as a hairstylist, only the person getting their hair done can sit in my chair, can come in my place of establishment, it's up to you to enforce that. If you decide to let your cousins, your mom bring extra people, you are ultimately stepping over your own rules, and you cannot expect for people to honor your terms of service, your terms of conditions, if you do not have anything established. Another thing, I know that with everyone becoming entrepreneurs, it's very easy for a lot of us to Google things. Listen, I don't knock Google University, and I damn surely don't knock YouTube University, but you got to be careful with the information that you take from Google or that you take from other people. If you are a service provider and you find a terms of service or terms of conditions template online, you cannot just duplicate what somebody else writes. You have to be specific. Let's just say somebody gets hurt in your salon, and let's say, yeah, you got your terms of conditions, you got your terms of service, but in a court of law, and I'm not a lawyer, but in a court of law, if you have duplicated something and you didn't even read what you duplicated from Google, it might come back to bite you in your ass. And you might think you got everything all together just because you have the terms and services or the terms and conditions, but you actually do not, because you need to specify and you need to have in writing what are your rules. What are you going to allow? What are you not going to allow? What is safe? What is not safe? Let's talk about duties of a service provider. I see a lot of this as a problem and as an issue. The duties of a service provider are to serve, depending on what niche you are in. Maybe you are to educate, you are to teach people something. When people enter a course of yours, they should be leaving with a newfound, what can I say? They should leave with a newfound thing of knowledge. Or if you are in the service of healing, maybe they should feel better than when they came to you. The list goes on about the duties, but the non-duties of a service provider is to always be changing your rules. What you say goes. I want to share a little story. So I had my first booking for the new year, that first Friday of the year, and I was excited. I looked at his inquiry form, the answers that he put down and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting myself prepared. And the day of the call, I was early. I tend to be early. I ain't got nothing to do. I'm ready. I'm ready to work with you, or see if I can work with you. And 5 minutes go by. I'm like, okay, he just running a little late. And then 10 minutes go by. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I ended the call. As excited as I was to see if this person would be a good potential client, I ended the call. I ended the call because, number one, my time is precious. Number two, you're late. 10 minutes, you late. And then number three, what kicked into my mind is, baby girl, you don't have a late policy. You don't have a policy that states, due to high demand for this diagnosis call, people should only be granted 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, you're a no-call, no-show. So after I ended the call, I definitely typed up a beautiful message to him just saying, hey, don't know what's going on, but you were late to the meeting. I can only allow 10 minutes of my time because of this being a highly requested service. You still have the ability to book with me again. You're just listed as a no-call, no-show, just for future references. And yeah, that kind of stung a little bit, but it was just like, I was not prepared for that. Normally when people book with me, they telling me like, I'm trying to learn, I'm trying to move forward with my business. So I just was caught off guard. I'm like, dang, like this person was referred and everything. And I'm not shading or upset or anything, but it just opened my eyes to say that, okay, you wasn't prepared for this. So now it's time to go back to the drawing board. So the same problems that I see occurring with other entrepreneurs and other business owners, it just let me know you got some work that you got to do too. So welcome, welcome, welcome. A long time no see. Yeah, being that service provider, it just let me know that you still got some stuff that you need to fix. So that's why I said this live is more so of a safe space. So if there are any questions, please drop them below. I'm here to answer anything. Another thing that I wanted to talk about with non-duties of being I almost said social media manager, of being a service provider, is that it's not your duty to remind people of anything. So though the guy didn't though he didn't attend his booking, on my Calendly, I have it set up where you must enter. Well, I don't know if it's required, but I do have it set up where Calendly will send reminders. Calendly will send you text alerts as well, just to keep you on your toes. And I think it's really important as service providers that you have systems in place. So though I didn't include it in my booking description that, hey, this is a highly requested service, it's important for you to be on time, because after 10 minutes, you're a no-call, no-show. Also, systems should work with you and for you, never against you. So what I tend to do before I make anything live for anybody to test or adjust or play with, I play with it. Like, I send alerts to myself as if I'm booking, so that I can get that customer, that client experience. If I got too many processes and too many steps for a person to do just to book with me, I'm doing something wrong. Another thing, as a service provider, when you are creating inquiry forms, it is important that you weed out the people that do not or will not be best fit for you. So on Calendly, for their inquiry forms, I think you can get up to like 10 questions that you ask or something like that. So for my questions, you gotta really talk to me. I'm not trying to know that, oh, you're just a hairstylist trying to get from behind the chair. I want to know, who have you served? What is your purpose? What are your values? Like, I want you to tell me more about, your company, your vision, your 5-year goals. Like, talk to me in your inquiry form. When you allow people to just give one or a 5-letter answer to your inquiry forms, don't be surprised when they don't want to pay you. Don't be surprised when they're not showing up to their calls. Don't be surprised if you're assigning assignments to them. They're late. They got all of the excuses in the world. Don't get me wrong, we're all human, but at the end of the day, me as a service provider, me as a consultant, my time matters. Just like your time matters. If you book with me, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you book with me, I'm going to make sure I have my ducks in a row. I don't want to sit on a call with you and I'm looking for notes that I've created weeks ago, months ago. Everything needs to be aligned. As a service provider, your time matters, as well as your clients. So as a service provider, I think it's extremely important that you have a system, you have fit for you terms and conditions, terms of services, that you include budgeting into the way you set your prices, and most importantly, focus on the client and customer buying journey. I didn't get to talk about that. So a client, well, let me say customer. No, I'll say client. A client buying journey is the journey that your potential client has when they first find you. So let's say someone finds me because because a friend of theirs shared this live. Okay, they find it, they love what I'm talking about, they go and follow me. Okay, well, let me take that back. Let's say someone shares this live with a friend. The friend is enjoying what they're hearing. Once the live is over, they just scroll through my page, try to get a feel for me. They see the free dope content I'm putting out. They enjoy that. They press the follow button. Then they see, okay, well, in one of her videos, she said in order to book with me, you got to go to the link in her bio. So they click the link in my bio. Once they get to the link in my bio, they'll see a link to my 30-minute diagnostics call. In that link, it tells you everything that you need to do. going back to what I said about that, having that system that makes it easier for the customer, the client. This person books with me, bam. This person starts receiving alerts about their booking, bam. That client buying journey allows them to say, like, okay, she had a dope live, she has bomb content on her account, the process to book with her was easy, now let's get into the call. It's only a 30-minute call, so you get to know me, I get to know you, I need to know your weaknesses and strengths, I need to know exactly what you're looking for. We're trying to figure out, are you a match to work with me, and how can we move forward? Bam. As long as all of that is communicated within the 30 minutes that they have with me, this journey is going along perfectly fine. So let's say they are ready to book. They are ready to drop whatever dollar amount I offer to them for my services. Send, let's just say, email, the Stripe link, everything that's included with that service, and we're ready to go. Fast forward to that service. Let's say they book a one-on-one with me for a month. Every week for an hour, we're working and we're structuring their business foundations, their ideal client avatar, their value proposition, their market research. We're doing all of that. Guess what? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Guess what? When they're done with that one-on-one service with me, I should have a system in place that whether it's the day that the service ends or maybe a few weeks later, my system should be sending them a client testimonial. I need to know, how well did I do with you? How well was our communication? I need you to tell me so that I can tell the world, hey, this person enjoyed me. This person had a great time. Guess what? Y'all need to go to her too. Y'all gonna learn this. Y'all gonna experience that. The client buying journey is crucial to your business. Now, looks will get you a lot of places. Looks might even get you a couple of bucks. But looks do not, how can I put this? Looks don't gain reputation. Knowledge does. Service does. That client buying journey or customer buying journey, that's what builds your reputation. Your reputation in business is everything. I spoke earlier about a barber including their health sanitation into their budgeting. If you enter in a barber shop and you know 15 dudes or 15 customers done sat in this same chair as you, and let's say you waiting, because most barbershops are like salons, you're waiting hours at a time. Each person is getting in and out their chair, but he or she ain't spraying it, he or she ain't wiping it down, but you spending $50 on a haircut. I think that's a little shady. I think that's a little crazy. I know, we all are kind of more comfortable in the COVID space, in the COVID realm, but it still is important as a service provider when you're working one-on-one with somebody that you still are being sanity. I don't even know the right word to use, like that you're using proper sanitation. So, yeah. Are there any questions? I just been talking. I've been looking back and forth at my notes, looking all over because I'm a little nervous. I've been on here for a good 30 minutes, almost 30 minutes. This is my first live, and I just want to thank y'all for being here. Like I said, this live is supposed to be a safe space for service providers as well as anybody else. Because this entity can be for anyone. This can be for artists. This can be for producers. This can be for photographers, videographers, tax preparers, all of that. Like, when you offer a service to everyone, to anyone, thank you so much, Cree. I'm really trying. But when you can offer a service of I'm tongue-tied. But as a service provider, when you can offer a service to anyone, you matter, but they matter too. And the way you make your money, the way you make your legacy is off of originality. If I came on here face beat, looking like whoever, like, that's not me. Thank you. I'm just trying to do things the best way that I can. I'll share a little background story with y'all, because now I'm feeling a little comfortable. I started my entrepreneurial journey back in 2018. The summer going into my senior year of college, I was like, girl, you've been this business major, you getting ready to graduate, it's almost time for grad school. You need to figure out what your business is. So I was a part of a team that, thank you, that is absolutely true. My cousin said, you gotta be authentic and true to yourself. And that's important, especially on social media, because social media is forever changing. We got this fast fashion where something is popular one day and then it's out of style the next. Same thing with hairstyles. Like, lifestyle on social media, it becomes outdated. And if you're not, quote unquote, with the times, like, you're sometimes overlooked, you're sometimes not seen enough. But as you can see, like, I'm stepping out on faith and I'm doing little lives here and now and then. Hey, Yanni. And I'm just trying to do, what I can to get, lost my train of thought, to get clients as well as help people, because business correlates with lifestyle. It correlates with the real world. When you're not authentic, when you do things that everyone else does, like if I did something that don't fit me, it makes me uncomfortable. And they say that being uncomfortable is good, but being uncomfortable is good when it's something designed to better you. Being like someone else will not better you, not one bit. So to continue my story, I was a part of a team, Historically Fresh. It is an HBCU-based fashion brand, started by one of my closest college friends. And while at home for the summer, getting ready to go back to school, I'm like, girl, you need to start a business. Everybody out here making this money. You need to start a business. And I thought about it. I'm like, I've been helping a lot of my peers. I've been helping friends and family. Like, I've helped everybody with their business. And I didn't have a business degree yet. A lot of stuff to me is just common sense. But what's common to me isn't common to everybody else. So I started thinking, and I was like, well, that would be a business consultant. Started doing a little research, a little Google University. And what I was pursuing was business management. And one of the first jobs that popped up was a business consultant. So I'm like, I ain't never really heard of that. But online, what was popular was a business coach. And I always knew, like, I ain't trying to do what everybody else doing. I don't want to sell hair. I tried it. Failed. I don't want to. Yes, you got to charge. Join the dark side. Join Death Row. Join being a business consultant. Because I'm telling you, Cree, when you can help people, when you have that brain for it, like, everybody talk about marketing, but marketing is a small sector of business. It's not everything, because, listen, marketing is it's a trend now. Everybody are marketing everybody are marketing something. And I don't know, I enjoy being a business consultant because business is overall. I niched myself into value proposition and market research. And value proposition is the value that you are providing to a customer, to a client. Market research is knowing exactly what your audience, what your marketing, what your demographics, what the psychographics of your audience is. Like, everybody want to just sell hair, but I don't need hair every day. I will get braids. I'll wear my fro and my puff. Everybody don't need hair. You have to, and I'm just using hair because hair is just, it's high in demand now. Everybody doing it. Everybody want to do it. And yeah, but people not buying hair every day. Well, let me not say that. People buy hair every day, but not everybody wants to buy hair every day. And that's where what a lot of people are teaching nowadays is they're teaching people, if you're a service-based provider, you need to start selling products. If you have products, you need to start selling something like a digital product. You need to start selling something that can bring you residual income. That's what everybody's trying to do now. I'm not against it, but being a service provider is way harder than being a product-based business owner. And I'll say that because with hair, if you put hair on a fine female, other females are going to want to look just like her. They're going to want to have the same texture. Like, we see the Instagram girls every day, all day. The minute they change their hair, the minute they promote this, guess what? Everybody goes running. But with services, it's not visual. I have to get on here and talk about why you need to hire me, why you need to book me. I can't just post a picture. And nowadays you got people, oh, I made 50K. You made 50K, but can you flip that for the next person? Can the next person make 50K? That's also like a part of this marketing scheme that a lot of people got going on. But back to my story. When I decided that, when I figured out the niche that I wanted to do, which was business consulting, then I tried to go into figuring out my business name. My business name was J. Tomlin the Advisor. Just this past fall, I started realizing, girl, that's more of a brand name. Literally, I've been doing this since 2018, and 2021 I realized, that's a brand name. Change it. I spent weeks trying to figure out something. So I started focusing on my positioning statement, and a positioning statement is really good for service providers. Your positioning statement would be who you are, what do you do, and how can it help somebody else. So for me, I help entrepreneurs rebuild their businesses while focusing on their value proposition and market research. It's straight to the point. I feel like a lot of business owners need to restructure their business foundation. A lot of the stuff that we think is cool, we think is dope, it's not. It's trash. I'ma say it. It's trash. So hiring me would help them. Hiring me would help them hone in and scratch beyond the surface. But when I decided to step into the business consulting world, I learned a lot. I'm still learning today. I still join free webinars and sit on people's lives like some of y'all sitting here today. And I just soak in as much knowledge as possible, because at the end of the day, I don't know everything. Y'all don't know everything. We don't know everything. But it's not about not knowing. It's about the effort of knowing. I don't mind buying your ebook when I know the hard work you put in. But when I buy your ebook and I see, girl, this is Googled. This is Googled information. Or this is in the last ebook that I bought, but you weren't the author. So somebody lying. But I'm stepping into being fearless. Last year was a lot. It was a hell of a lot. I moved on my own for the first time. Got my first car. I mean, doing it. And I mean, everything was coming back to back to back. But just as everything was coming back to back to back, when you feel like life is moving fast for you, the world never stops revolving. So if I didn't choose to do something one day, life gonna pass me by. Like, okay, you didn't go to that concert, guess what? The concert's still gonna go. So what I'm just doing right now in life, yes, that is true. Step into your destiny. I have pursued a lot of stuff. Like I said, I tried to sell hair. I think I tried that my sophomore year. Child, created an Instagram page, a Twitter page. I was doing everything. And I didn't even have the hair on hand. It was more of a I forget the name of that company, but it was more of a like drop shipping thing. And I didn't even know what drop shipping was, but I'm like, I don't have to buy the hair. I don't have to hold the hair. I don't have to ship the hair. Oh, this sounds like a money-making move. And it was, but what's meant for you will be for you. Yeah. Pretty cliche, right? What's meant for you will be for you. And that wasn't meant for me. I see so many people. I know a lot of people that tried to step into this field. I done had several talks with people in booking and people telling me, girl, when I get paid, coming back to you and we gonna start working. Child, I was giving out so much information, like those 30-minute calls. Well, I used to give hour free calls. Red flag. You wrong, girl. I was wrong for that. I was giving out free game for an hour to some people. Sometimes it would even go over an hour. And guess what? Them people did not come back. If they saw any type of success with the things that I was teaching them, child, they didn't thank me. I didn't get that social proof that I could have been using to provide and share with my audience. I was stuck like Chuck. It's not to say that somebody got over on me, but I'm to blame. I'm to blame because I didn't have a system in place. I didn't know about systems until last year. So imagine how bad I've been doing business. I didn't know to have terms and conditions fit for my needs, fit for me, to back me up. I've been doing stuff wrong. And that's why this year I want to make sure I'm teaching other people, whether they want to be an entrepreneur or not, the right things to do. Welcome. Do y'all have any questions? I appreciate y'all for even commenting and just talking with me, because I be in some lives and some folks be talking to themselves. And I know I did that a couple of times during this live, but yeah. My cousin said, you just got to find your niche. That is so true. My cousin, let me tell y'all, Miss Simply Mishonda on here, she is an influencer. And my cousin put out so much content, it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous, but it's amazing to see. Like, she's not in her 20s where, you know, she got a freaking camera crew. Like, she got a small team, family, of course, and she puts in her work and she gets her content out. And I know it can't be easy. Yes, I gotta give my cousin praises, because my cousin be on social media like every day. I can sit and let me share something with y'all. My content for 2022 is already mapped out. Like, my mini trainings, I'm actually taking a break this week because my 9-to-5 life kicked my butt last week. But my podcast topics mapped out for the rest of the year. Mini trainings for Instagram mapped out for the rest of the year. Any other content is mapped out. It's all about me just posting it. I might have actually filmed it or recorded it, but the idea, the topic is there. I just have to create it and post it. So you definitely just have to find your lane and just do it. Do it like Nike. Do it like me. Do it carefree. Like, at one point, because I thought as a entrepreneur of some sort that you had to have an aesthetic on your page. Go to my Instagram after this live. There's nothing aesthetically pleasing about it, because I don't care about how the page looks. When you go through my content, you're going to learn something. That's the goal for me. You're going to learn something. Are there any questions? Any questions? I'm just happy. I'm happy that I did this. I'm going to get off this live and still be smiling, because this was big for me. I have never went live. You know, y'all see people go live when they go out. When I go out, I don't be recording. Well, I don't go out. If you know me, I don't go out. But when I'm outside of social media, I live. And I think that's very key and very big too. If you are a service provider or a product provider, if you're an entrepreneur in general, live outside of social media. When you have your free time and you creating your content, or you're creating a content bucket, which is like you just throwing all your ideas out there, you're brain dumping. Off of social media, live. Everything don't have to be so businessy. These past few Sundays when I'm out running my errands or whatever, I start playing my old school. I listen to old school music all day long. I'm actually a little upset with Instagram because I was recording Easy by the Commodores and they flagged it because I guess it's banned in New Zealand. This is America. This is USA. What they got going on? Just don't send my content their way. Probably don't nobody follow me from there anyways. But yeah. But I want to thank y'all for sitting here with me. It is Monday. I had a rough day at work, but I said, you know what? I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do this. So this is one thing that I can check off my list, and I'm just so grateful and so appreciative of y'all sitting here with me tonight. I hope y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all. I don't know the next time I'm going to go live, but of course y'all will be notified in advance. Bye, y'all. Talk to y'all later.